important things you may or may not know. Now, because the USDA has found that we can lose vitamins and supplements or whatever, can lose half their potency after 6 months, Melaleuca products never sit in a warehouse or on a store shelf space. It's very unlikely you're ever going to find a supplement anywhere that's less than a year old. I have people all the time, well, I get my supplements at Costco. They're really cheap. Like, well, you're getting cheap for your health, but you're not getting health. I don't know what to tell you. The potency, only half of what's in the labels in the bottle, and you're dealing with mineral salts again, and there you go. You get what you pay for, I guess. But we're affordable and the most potent product on the market today because they're shipped as soon as possible right after creation. There's no warehouse, no distribution center. So we're down to the fourth bullet point. Contains a full therapeutic dose of all the vitamins and minerals required to be healthy. This is really important to understand full therapeutic dose. It's really important that you understand dose compliance. See, people are looking for keywords like calcium, magnesium, and they pick up their supplement and, oh, look, there's calcium and magnesium and 50 other little trace minerals in there. And they see all those, oh, look, there's 36 little bits of broccoli and celery and beets and cucumber, who knows what's all in there. So you have to know that when they have all these filler things in there, that's not a serving. That's not even a part of a serving. That's not even it's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit that cannot be of any health benefit to you whatsoever. All those things they add into supplements because they cannot put a mineral in that's usable. And then you get, 100 milligrams, maybe if you're lucky, 300 milligrams of calcium and less than that of magnesium. That's not enough for a hamster, much less a human. So we're looking at doses. So a human needs to have about 1,000 milligrams of calcium every day, but it has to, and we'll go into all that. And it would be kind of like going to your friend's house and say, I have such a headache. Do you have some acetaminophen? Do you have a couple extra strength acetaminophen? And they would take out the acetaminophen and say, well, I've got one left, so that's 500 milligrams, but I don't want to give it up, so I'm just going to scrape off the edge here for you. Here's a few little grains. It's acetaminophen after all. It should work the same. Well, it's not going to work the same. You need a certain dose to do the job. Same with vitamins. So with Melaleuca, all ingredients are always pure, natural, and kosher. Meets USP standards. Absorption is patented. It's scientifically proven. Extremely affordable, like I keep saying. We're not a copycat manufacturer. We don't do anything like anyone else. We bring in very talented scientists, lots and lots of them, and we say, create whatever you can create, but we have to put it to test. And we always send everything out for third-party testing. Make sure it really works, human testing. So without Oligo, no matter how carefully you try to eat, no matter how many other supplements you take, you are still going to be mineral deficient. And you're still going to set yourself up for some problems. So let's talk about the mineral. So according to the Journal of American College of Nutrition, 2 out of every 3 people suffer from magnesium deficiency. So I'm taking Oligo, so I know it's not me, so it must be the 2 of you, or however many of you are on the phone right now. So what happens is they experience magnesium deficiency symptoms, which we'll talk about in a minute, but they blame those symptoms on other causes. Well, it's raining outside, that's why I feel pain. But the truth is we've documented more than 300 biological functions that require magnesium. 300! So it's no wonder that magnesium deficiency can affect every single system in the body. Every single one. So let's talk a little bit more. Low magnesium is linked to heart disease, of course. And this is interesting because low magnesium levels are the best predictor of heart disease. Not cholesterol levels, not saturated fat. That's really, really not dependable. So the first thing you do is you wind up on a statin drug, right? Because your cholesterol's high. But that is not a predictor. In fact, 60% of all people that have heart attacks or strokes have perfect blood work. Very low cholesterol. 60%. It's definitely not the right indicator. It's the low magnesium levels that are the best predictor of heart disease. Low magnesium is associated with all known cardiovascular risk factors, including, well, the things you see here, blood pressure, plaque buildup, calcification of tissues, cholesterol, hardening of the arteries. And here's something you really need to keep in mind. Next time you see someone picking up a supplement that's just calcium, this is more recent science. Calcium supplements that are not imbalanced with magnesium elevate the risk of heart disease. So it's just the opposite of what you would hope for. So taking with magnesium, it lowers the risk of heart disease. But without magnesium, it elevates the risk. See, calcium's your muscle contractor, magnesium is your muscle relaxer. You can't take them separately. They work together, particularly when you're affecting your heart muscle. Symptoms of low magnesium include aches and pains, leg cramps, stiff neck, jaw pain, tension, headaches. So this is where you're thinking, oh, I just need an ibuprofen, I just need acetaminophen, then it'll go away. Well, it's not going to go away. It's just going to keep coming back and coming back because it's not going to be answered by a pain pill. It's going to be answered by finding a way to get magnesium, which is either an IV, good luck finding that, or the Oligo system. So you can have a feeling of tightness in the chest, may come and go. And here's some other symptoms that you may not have thought about. This is low magnesium and calcium. Remember, one requires the other. So anxiety, panic attacks, irritability, and restlessness. You might not think about that, but sometimes people go to certain antidepressant drugs when the first step really should be magnesium and calcium with Oligo. That should be the very first step before you go that direction. And then they take all these products, they still don't know why they're having agoraphobia or depression or insomnia, PMS, numbness and tingling in the extremities is another symptom, or palpitations, angina, irritable bladder. We see that quite a bit. Change in behavior, high strung, easy to anger, pessimistic, unusual craving for chocolate, poor memory, cognitive disorders, that sort of thing. Uh-oh. I have just gotten rid of my screen share. Where did it go? There we go. Okay. Most Americans don't meet the current recommendations for adequate calcium intake through diet alone or through diet plus supplements. You can't do it. Well, you might say, I do a lot of dairy. Well, they had a study with Harvard with 77,000 nurses. I think that's enough, don't you, 77,000? And they found the ones that drank 2 glasses of milk versus the one that drank none had more problems with hip and forearm fracture. They were actually had calcium problems because the milk itself was bound up with other proteins that make it very unlikely for your body to absorb. It's like taking a mineral salt, except a different problem. So although there's lots of calcium in dairy, it's unlikely that your body's going to be able to use it. Not efficiently. So here we go. So minerals such as calcium and magnesium are needed by every organ, muscle, and system in the body. No other mineral is capable of performing as many biological functions as is calcium. But you have to take it with magnesium, and these provide the electrical energy for your very heart to beat, for your very heartbeat. I'm not saying it right, but you get it. All muscle movement, feeding every cell, reduces inflammation and pain, pH control, which is part of our element of health, less cancer, less degenerative diseases. We'll be talking about that. You name the disease, and calcium with magnesium is beginning to have a place there. So you can see the picture here with all the other things. It does so much. We have found that the Journal of American Medical Association reported that increasing calcium with magnesium can prevent cancer in the breast, prostate, and pancreas. And the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published virtually no major organ system escapes calcium's influence. So the average adult needs 1,000 milligrams. Women, when you get older, you need more. Prenatal, need more. Men, when they get older, need less. But the average adult overall needs about 1,000. And you're not going to absorb that much with there's no other delivery system out there that can prove it works. We can prove it doesn't work. The only thing that can be proven that it works is this new Oligo technology, and you'll see the Vitality Pack right there on the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the page. Without that, you might as well sign up and get this license plate, PMS 24/7. Of course, you won't have very many friends, but this is what happens. This is especially for women, when they're not getting the nutrients they need. Now we're going to talk about the next element of